Oh, Sia, what are we doing today, Sia?
We're here live and direct at the Care and Coalition, Food Care and Coalition. We're just here to, express our little light of Christ to others by serving them some brownies.
Look at these.
Some delicious brownies. And some of the facilities ice cream. So
sweet.
We're going to have a good time, and we are going to be filled with lots and lots of charity today.
Awesome. All right, game time.
Game time. Born and raised in California?
No, I was born in California. I spent about 5 years out there.
Okay.
And thank Lord I moved to Utah. Otherwise I might be in a gang or something horrible, you know what I mean? Just have some kind of horrible monkey on my back. I was homeless on the streets for around 2-3 months. Just living on the Provo River Trail, fishing for my food and getting handouts whenever I could. But when you're living on the streets and you don't know what you're going to do day to day, it's terrifying. I went to my singles ward regularly when I was living in the house.
In Provo?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I decided to go back to the singles ward, when I was still on the streets, I literally showed up with flip-flops, a tank top, and a cutout Levi t-shirt. They didn't recognize me at first. My beard was all overgrown and my hair was a mess. And then the bishop recognized me and he's like, "Oh, Robert, we need to talk for a second." I'm like, "I bet we do." "Yes, we do, Bishop." And he put me up in a motel for a month and a half until I got into a rehab. I'm 6 months sober.
Awesome.
Which is it's awesome. I mean, I never thought I'd be on the wagon. Most from my experience, most shelters, they'll put you up for like a night or something, and they'll feed you, but they don't help break the cycle. The Food and Care Coalition here, they give you a place to stay, they UA you, which is urine analysis, basically they drug test you. They have schedules, they help you get back on your feet, they help you get housing, food stamps, bus pass, help with Wasatch if you need it, mental health. There needs to be more places like this, and thank you guys for volunteering. I mean, you guys don't have to be here. I mean, maybe if it's a school project, you might, but you can do tons of other things. And I just want you guys to know that you make a difference.
First off, congrats on being 6 months sober.
Thank you.
6 months is such a long way, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
One question I do have, like you said, you came out here to move with family?
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky subject. I'll be honest. Me and my mom, when she used to drink, we didn't drink enough for one half of the family, and we weren't LDS enough for the other half. The second my grandmother died, they pretty much just washed their hands of us. Right now, the only family I have is my mom. My dad hung himself. Before you say sorry, it was traumatic, but he was terribly abusive, so I don't know. I feel bad that he did it, but at the same time, it's just, what a dummy. One thing that really motivates me to stay sober, I want to see if they can put me on the H&I panel, because I know when I was in Foothill, I'm fairly anti-authority, as you can tell by the hair. When an authority figure says to me, "Hey, quit doing drugs," or "Hey, this is what this is doing to you," I'm like, "Yeah, sit and spin, whatever, man, you know." But when a former user who's now sober comes in and says, "Look, you're screwing up your life," it's different. Another thing is I'm on the housing list for Section 8. Eventually getting out of here, getting my license again, and getting a place of my own. And then coming back to volunteer here. I know that wherever I may go as far as business or profession goes, I will never forget my past. Just maybe some words of wisdom. You ever see a homeless person on the street? Maybe don't avoid them unless they're acting, sketchy, like they're amped on something or something, but just realize that they're people too. They just hit their bottom, and maybe a little compassion. The real thing is, folks, all of you, your teachers even perhaps, you all could be one paycheck away from being where I am. That's the fact. I know that it's not the best life. It's kind of a crappy one, but it's still a life. As long as we're still willing to make good choices and to try to be better than we were the day before, good on you, But just look out for your brothers and sisters out there.
My experience here was beyond words. Just being able to come here and meet people, humble people, being around humble people, happy people, and people who are willing to change to better people. Man, that's like, it's like the best to be around. My experience here is something that I love cherishing forever, something that I want to be around more often. In this facility, I know that if someone were to come in, and if I were to be homeless, and I came to this place, they not only feed you, they not only give you shelter, but they care about your mental state, emotional state, your physical state. They care about every aspect in your life to make you a better person. Especially just seeing it off of Robert, I think his spiritual state has shot through the roof too, so I like that a lot.
I was just surprised at how willing people were to talk to us. We only interviewed Robert, but just as we were in line giving out our brownies and everything, everyone was super nice to us, and we were asking them questions about their lives. It's just, you never realize how educated and how amazing these people are. They've just either made a couple of decisions that have hurt them in that way, or they're just down on their luck. And so it just is a great reminder to me that we need to be proactive and trying to help. Don't judge them. I think that's a big thing. That's what Robert was saying as well. You can think of yourself too, that when you have that desperation where you don't have your basic needs met, it kind of opens up a window of what you'd be willing to do. And so you can't really judge someone else who's been in that situation if you haven't, because you don't know what you'd be willing to do.
Meet Patricia. Patricia is a regular at the dinners, and a rather talkative one at that. While talking, she was able to walk me through some random facts about her life, and I think I was able to mostly put the pieces together. She grew up a local in California. She has 2 children that do not speak to her anymore, but she seems to bring them up whenever she can in conversations. It is clear she must miss them. She says she graduated from San Diego State University back in the day. I found that extremely surprising. She has been homeless off and on for a number of years. I know at one point she worked as a waitress at a local restaurant and as a bartender in San Diego. While talking to her, it was clear that she was not sober. It was rather sad, because I believe if she was, she would probably be able to stay off the streets and not be homeless. This is Almira. Almira was originally born in Mexico. She has lived here for 6 years and originally came here with her son. She said she would find day jobs as well as he, and then they would bring money back to Mexico to their family. Last year he went back to Mexico to bring his family money, but this time he did not come back. Since then, Almira has not been able to find work because she speaks little English and is not a citizen. However, she says life is still better here than it was in Mexico, and she is very thankful for the dinners provided for her by the homeless organizations. This is Robert, but he prefers to go by Rob. Rob says, life out here isn't so bad. It is less complicated. Rob seems to be content being homeless. He lives in a tent and says that is really all he needs. I asked if he gets lonely, and he said, no, I don't like people much anyways. He has never been married and has no children. He stutters with every sentence, which makes me think he might have some kind of disorder. When I asked him if he had ever had a job or career, he said, "I'm not no retired military person, if that is what you want to know." That wasn't what I was implying, but his response made me think people must assume he is a veteran. The funny thing is, even though Robert says he doesn't like people and is not so lonely, he would seek me out to talk to him whenever he would find me volunteering at the homeless shelter. I think he just doesn't want to admit it, but my guess is he is discontent with his life and just doesn't know how to change it.
Stay in school, don't do drugs. There we go.
Appreciate that, Robert.
Yeah.